Okay, so right now we discussed that what is autotrophic mode of nutrition. Autotrophic means when the plants are going to prepare their food by their own, right? How they are doing it? They are doing it with the help of the process called as photosynthesis. Correct? Now, what you all are observing in the picture? What is there in this picture? Can you see that the plants are taking carbon dioxide? Is they are utilizing CO2, light reaction and dark reaction? Yes, Hitesh, that would be the part of it. Okay, so CO2 is there. Plants are going to take water from the soil, right? They are taking light energy from the sunlight, from the sun, correct? And what they are releasing? They are releasing sugars. They are releasing, they are forming sugars, you can say. They are forming sugars and they are releasing oxygen as the byproduct. They are releasing oxygen as the byproduct. Okay? Same thing is written here in the reaction below, that is 6CO2 plus 12H2O means this carbon dioxide and water are the raw materials. Plants are going to obtain CO2 from the atmosphere. How they will be obtaining it, that I'll tell you. They'll be obtaining water from the soil, sunlight from the sun. Chlorophyll was already there in the chloroplast. It was there in the chloroplast. Now, where in the chloroplast it is this chlorophyll is present, that also I'll tell you. They're going to form this product, glucose. They are releasing oxygen as the byproduct. Okay, let's leave this and focus on this. Okay, I'm coming to grana. I'm coming to all the structure of chloroplast and all. First, you just tell me, did you get it that what is happening in the image? Plants are taking carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, water from the soil, sunlight from the sun. So these are the raw materials, right? So by utilizing the raw materials, plants are preparing their food. Right? So what raw materials they use? They use CO2, they used water, they used sunlight. Correct? And by using these raw materials, the food preparation is done. They prepare their food. I'm coming to the light and dark reaction also. This is clear to everyone? Basic. So what is happening in the photosynthesis? Plants are going to utilize certain raw materials and they are going to form the carbohydrates. They will be forming the sugars. Now, these sugars which are formed here, they are stored as these are stored as the starch in the case of plants. In the case of plants, sugars are stored in the form of starch. This is clear? And animals के case में they are stored as glycogen. Okay, now as I told you that they are going to get this CO2 from the atmosphere, right? So how they will be getting this CO2 from the atmosphere? Wait a second, Shreya. So how plants obtain CO2? How plants obtain CO2? They'll be obtaining it from the structures called as stomata. They'll be obtaining it from the stomata. When you look at the structure of the leaf, so on the upper as well as the lower surface of the leaf, there are present fine pores. I'm again repeating, on the surface, there are present these fine pores and they are called as stomata. Correct? We can say that these are the fine pores present on the upper and lower surface of the leaf. We cannot see them with the naked eye, right? They'll be visible with the help of the microscope. Okay? And what they are going to do? What they are going to do?
Take
Function.
like
Yes.
they'll take in sunlight, ma'am.
So
Through
can
this.
we say they will be doing exchange of gases?
Yes, ma'am.
Gaseous exchange और बताओ and transpiration. Very good. They will be doing transpiration also. Transpiration is the loss of water in the form of vapor. Loss of water in the form of vapor. Very good, everyone. You all have answered correctly. Correct, correct. Right now, have a look at the structure of these. So they are going to have the guard cells. So as the name says, guard cell. What does it mean? They are guarding the opening. So the very first picture represents the open stomata. Yes, this is open stomata and stomata open during daytime in the normal plants. And this is opposite in the case of desert plants.
Ma'am, because if they open in morning, then they will dry out in desert plants.
Yes. Closed होंगे किस में? During the night time. They are closed. Correct. And one more very important thing about these guard cell is that in the case of dicots and monocots, there are different guard cells present. So the picture which you are seeing right here, what is it? These are the stomatas of dicots or monocots. Correct, everyone. These are the stomatas of dicots or monocots. Dicots. Correct, dicots. ठीक
Ma'am,
है?
monocots will have kidney shape. And
Monocots will have dumbbell-shaped stomata.
yes, ma'am.
Right? They'll be having dumbbell-shaped stomata like this.
Ma'am, why?
This is the structure of their guard cells. Monocots will have this type of guard cells. ठीक है? And dicots will have bean-shaped guard cells.
Kidney shape.
है ना? Kidney shape. Thick from the inner side that helps in the intake of water. Tharani, please refresh, beta. Then only you'll be able to see. Might be you are facing some internet issues. Is this clear to everyone? That how do plants obtain CO2? Opposite case will be there in the desert plants. In the case of desert plants, the stomatas are open during night time, right? And they'll be taking carbon dioxide, storing it as an intermediate, and utilizing it during the daytime. Okay? For the process of photosynthesis. And that's how they prepare their food. Why they are doing so? Because they are living in the water scarcity condition. वो पानी की कमी में रहते हैं. So if their stomatas remain open during daytime, so they will be facing what? They'll be facing problem. Yes. So just to avoid the rate of, just to reduce the rate of transpiration, they are doing it. The second thing which comes here is where is this process taking place? Which you were asking, ki what is grana? Where is this present? Chlorophyll is present in the chloroplast. So let's come to that point now. I hope till this it is okay to all. Okay, Taranika, here on the previous slide, please have a look. We'll have some very good questions after this. Chloroplast, chlorophyll. Where in the chloroplast? We'll have quiz questions as well as some poll questions.
Ma'am, we won't have
Dicots are the one. Just a second part. Dicots are the one who have two cotyledons, and if we look at their leaves, they will be showing reticulate venation like this. Like this is the leaf, and they'll be showing this kind of venation. And monocots will be showing parallel venation like this. Yes, Parth.
Ma'am, it takes inside the thylakoid, what is the message takes place in the thylakoid membrane and grana.
Yes, very good. Now let's have a look at the structure of that. So cytophotosynthesis will be the green parts, and green parts of plant. So I'm writing leaf here. It's a leaf. Where in the leaf? In the mesophyll cell. You know what are mesophyll cells? Where in the mesophyll cells? I'll tell you, Shreya. Where in the mesophyll cells? In the chloroplast, right? And this chloroplast is the one which is going to have the chlorophyll. Okay, now let's have a look at the structure of the leaf. This is the upper epidermis. Now below this is present the mesophyll layer, having the mesophyll cells. Mesophyll cells are of two types here. That is the palisade, the elongated ones which I just have made, and the spongy one. Why spongy? Because they have gaps in between them. And these mesophyll cells are the one which are going to have the chloroplast in them. Chloroplast is not present throughout. It is present in the regions. It is present in some of the parts. It's not present everywhere. Here it is present. It's not present in the upper and lower epidermis. These yellow dots are indicating the chloroplast. That tissue will be the ground tissue. Coming to that point also. Okay, everywhere it is there. The part of it. It is the part of it, Shreya. I'm coming to that. I'm writing. मैं लिख रही हूँ बेटा, एक मिनट रुको. देखो, this is the cuticle. The outer one is the cuticle, the waxy coating. Then below that is the upper epidermis. Adaxil is the lower surface, abaxil is the upper surface. This complete portion is the mesophyll layer, composed of the mesophyll cells, right? And these mesophyll cells are of two types, right? The one which are elongated, they are the palisade one, palisade mesophyll. And the second one which have gaps in between them, they are the spongy mesophyll. Sponge like. Understood? Then this is the lower epidermis. Lower epidermis, and this lower epidermis is the one which will be having this. The ye portion ke, this is the stomatal core. Stomatas are distributed on the upper as well as lower surface. When we talked about the, yes, correct, beta, Luja. Okay. When we talked about the dicots, so dicots will have less stomatas on the upper surface and more on the lower surface. Wait, Shreya, when we talked about monocots, monocots will have almost equal distribution of stomatas on the upper and lower surface. Yes, Shreya. Okay, let's first complete this, then I'll come to your point, beta. Okay. So, यहाँ तक it is clear to all? Cytophotosynthesis वाला portion.
Yes.
Have a look at this picture. This is what I have drawn. Structure of the leaf. Somebody was asking adaxil and abaxil. Na? So adaxil is the lower surface, abaxil is the upper surface. Okay? Palisade mesophyll, you can see in the picture. And then air cavity wala mesophyll, spongy mesophyll. Okay? There are three different types of tissues present in the stem and in the roots and in the leaf also. That is, first is the epidermal tissue, the uppermost one, where epidermis and whatever appendages are there in the epidermis, that will be coming. So, epidermal tissue. Below that is the ground tissue. So this mesophyll comes under the ground tissue only. And then there is the vascular tissue. Vascular tissue comprises of the vascular bundle. It comprises of the vascular bundle, that is xylem and phloem. Xylem responsible for the conduction of water and minerals, and phloem is responsible for the conduction of the food material. Fine. Now, I told you that it occurs in the chloroplast. Now, I'll tell you the structure of chloroplast, which is the one which you have studied in your class 9th. Coming to your point, Niranjan. Just wait. So, let's quickly complete this first. Take the structure of chloroplast. Here I will be telling you that where is that light and dark reaction takes place. Some of you were asking about that now. Good. So it is a double membrane bound organelle, so it would be having outer membrane. This is the inner membrane. This portion, complete अंदर वाला portion is the stroma. Okay, pass. ठीक है? Now this region is the, as it is like lamellae, so and it is present in the stroma, so it is called as stroma lamellae. This is its genetic material. These dots are representing the ribosomes. Okay, and this region is the granum. Granum is singular and grana is plural. Fine. So let's look at the more details of this. This is how it looks like. This granum is composed of the thylakoids. Now, when these thylakoids are placed one above the other, as I have drawn Taranika, right? So thylakoids are placed one above the other. So the stack of thylakoid ka stack is called as granum. Okay? Now, very important thing I'm going to tell you. Just listen to me carefully. In the membrane of the thylakoid, what is present?
Grana.
Grana?
Sorry, chloroplast.
Chlorophyll. Chloroplast तो ये structure खुद ही है बेटा.
हाँ sir,
It is chlorophyll. So if someone asks you where is this chlorophyll present in a leaf, so what are you going to tell? It is found in the
thylakoid membrane.
thylakoid membrane. Chlorophyll is found in the thylakoid membrane. Specifically, you have to mention this. Very good. Now you all got it. As chlorophyll is present here, so can we say the process of photosynthesis will be starting here only? कैसे तो शुरू होगा? So light phase occurs here. Light phase of photosynthesis takes place in the thylakoid membrane. It starts from here as it is having chlorophyll. And the second phase, that is the dark phase. That dark phase takes place in the stroma. Dark phase कहाँ पे होगा? It occurs in the stroma. Dark phase does not mean it will be taking place during night time. Dark phase because it is not going to utilize the direct sunlight. This is clear? Structure of chloroplast and where this dark and light phase of photosynthesis taking place. That is clear to everyone. Light phase is the phase where the plants are going to absorb the sunlight. Chlorophyll molecule is going to absorb the sunlight. So it takes place in the thylakoid membrane and dark phase occurs in the stroma. And this dark phase is independent of sunlight. That is why the name dark phase is given to this. We will be discussing the details of this. Okay? You can have a look at the diagram also of the chloroplast. I hope it's clear. Outer membrane, inner membrane, lumen. Lumen is the inner part of the thylakoid. Right? Now we have some questions. Please answer them. Which part will be containing chloroplast? Sorry?
Option 4.
Option 2.
4.
Option 4. Pakka?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, guard cells will have the chloroplasts, and
Option
B
4 is
here
the
is the
correct,
nucleus.
right? So as D is the guard cell, B is the chloroplast. Next question. Which of the following processes
Four.
is not necessary for an organism to be called alive?
Ma'am, four. Again four.
Very good.
Reproduction.
That is the reproduction process. Very good. I told you why. Next, in which of the following forms does the animal store carbs? It will be storing it in the form of
Glycogen.
the glycogen. And starch के form में कौन store करेगा? They'll be the
Plants.
plants. Very good. Very good. Now, few subjective questions. Here are they. Answer them also. What are the raw materials used by an organism to obtain energy?
Ma'am,
Basically, we are talking about the plants.
oh.
Carbon
Ma'am, carbon
dioxide.
dioxide,
Air, water,
sunlight, and
sunlight.
water.
Very good. Next question, Cancer.
Ma'am, because each and every cell of the medicinal organism will not be in contact with air directly, so it will not be able to obtain oxygen. That's why we need specific organ systems.
Very good. Right? When we talk about the unicellular individuals, so there each and every cell is in contact with the environment. So diffusion is sufficient to meet their oxygen requirement. But when we talk about multicellular organisms, so they have a large body, right? And diffusion is insufficient to meet their oxygen requirement because each and every cell of their body is not in direct contact with the environment, and it will be the slow process there. It is taking place, but apart from this, there are more processes occurring. It's not the only process there. Okay? So that's all for it.